So good morning, everybody. So today we've come to Holy Cross Cemetery in Yeadon, Pennsylvania. We're here to see the Connaughton Louzon headstone. This grave had been unmarked for 97 years. We just got a stone placed over the winter. I think they did it in like February, March. And I promised people that I'd take some shots of the headstones. But because of the winter and the other issues, it's taken a while. But we've found a beautiful Memorial Day weekend, bright and sunny, and we're going to drive through the cemetery a little bit and tell you about the people here. Now there's 9 people buried in this grave, in this plot. They're all the Connaughton Louzon family, and it's not too far from here. But it's right out in the middle, open, and we're gonna go up here to this little tree and pull over in the shade. And we'll walk over to the tombstone and tell you what we know about the people here. So come join us. So it's not far off of the road. It's in section K, and here it is, Connaughton Louzon. The plot was bought by Mary and Michael Connaughton. Now when they bought it, they were allowed to bury 12 people here, but after the first 3 got buried, they changed the law and they were only allowed to go 2 deep, so there's only 9 that are here. But to compensate for that, they let you bury now 8 cremations in this lot. So if anybody needs a space, there you go. So Michael Connaughton, 1861 to 1944. Mary was 1875 to 1934. There's Big Mike there. That's what they had called him. There's Betty, Laverne, and Marie with Mike. This is Almond Street. And Mike and Mary on the beaches of Ocean City, New Jersey. There's Bernadette Louzon, our grandmother. And coming up, our grandfather, Louis Louzon. They were buried in 72 and 81, respectively. Now, the first person to be buried here is Mary Nally. She was buried in 1925. It's not really sure who she is. I've seen her name on death certificates and associated with the addresses where the Louzon family lived. Next was Mary Fisher. The date here is wrong. They made a mistake. I'm still working on that. It should be 1926. The family story is that she was disowned by Michael. I don't know why. Could be a marriage out of faith, something like that. I think Fisher might be a Jewish name. But she died young. She had 1 child. I've yet to track her down. But it was only because of Mary that she was allowed to be buried here. And what I've heard also was Michael didn't even go to the funeral. And of course, the latest one here is Louise Louzon. There's the twins there, Louise and my mother Jean. On the other side here are the Connaughtons. There's Private John Connaughton. This is grandmother's brother. She had another brother named Joe. I did a video of his son. And then there's Dolores Connaughton. There's Aunt Dolores, taken from Almond Street about the same time. There's Aunt Dolores with the first telephone in the house. And I also hear she brought the first TV into the house. There's Aunt Dolores with the youngest grandchild, the christening of Paul Brogan. The ever so popular Aunt Dolores, AD, always ready to toast a happy occasion. In this picture here, you'll find Grandmom and Grandpop. The next is Aunt Jean Kelly. The next one is Mrs. Landon. a Jack Landon, and a Otto Fittinger. And the only reason I know that is because it's written on the back of the original photograph, because I don't know these people. So, I'm going to review some of the pictures we just saw. Big Mike, he worked for the B&O Railroad. He was a conductor and lived with the Louzon family until his passing in '44. Mary and Mike, the beaches of the Ocean City. This is probably the oldest picture because she died in '34. So this might be the oldest picture we have here. There's Betty, Laverne, and Marie with Mike. Almond Street. It was 6301 Almond Street. It was the house prior to Cobb's Creek where they lived, and it was right across from the Mount Moriah Cemetery. Now, of course, everybody knows Grandmom. Grandmom died a little young in '71, and she was just a wonderful woman. Grandpop, Poppy, Pop. Well, I think we all had our different names for him. He was a great guy. I had a lot of conversations with him about his early life and things that he did. So he was very proud of his girls. There's the girls there. Bernadette, Laverne, Marie, Jean, and Louise, the twins on the end. That's my mom and Aunt Lou getting ready for bedtime on Almond Street. I hear this was a family favorite, this photo here. Aunt Dolores brought the first telephone into the household. She worked for the Bell Telephone, and she was always one to party. That she is toasting good happy times. There's Grandmom, Grandpop, Aunt Jean Kelly. The other two people is Mrs. Landon and Jack Landon, and then there's an Otto Finnegan. And the only reason I know that is because it's written on the back of the original photograph, because I really don't know who these people are, except I did know Aunt Jean Kelly. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and come back for the next one.